That's how it starts.
I started the last one.
Alright, I'll start this one.
All right.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of Hop Along Games Couch Co-op. We have, as usual, myself, Macleaniac.
I'm Aggro.
And I'm Kirrok.
Right on. So today we're going to dive right back in.
Hang on a second. Where are we? Where are we streaming from?
Well,
Where are
right
we
now,
recording?
Streaming soon.
we are streaming from, we're recording from Spain.
Ooh. Yeah.
I'll bring it back.
Okay.
What are we drinking?
Well, this time I broke out some bourbon.
Yeah, we just
And,
went
and
straight
eat
to it.
Macleaniac here told me he loves some bourbon, and I
do
lately
love
got into
some
bourbon, so we're drinking some Maker's Mark.
What about you?
I've got cider. I'm pretty sure this is the exact same thing that I was drinking last week, or last episode, which is Pommy's Farmhouse cider.
The funny thing is, I hope you hold it up and the green screen just eliminates
Oh,
it. So
yes.
it's like you're not drinking at all. Like, she's actually straight edge, and she's just...
She's got that magical
she's
can.
just- yeah.
It's
I
transparent.
swear I'm drinking something. Sweet. So we're going to dig into the topic bowl and see what wonders the topic bowl has to offer.
Am I?
I think you're
Who's
up.
picking?
Yeah.
I think I picked the last one.
Yeah, I picked before
Okay,
that. So,
I'll
Kirrok,
I'm holding it.
it's
Go
your
ahead.
show.
I'm not gonna look. I'll grab
At some point, look, because you got to read it.
this there.
Okay, so this one is most underrated sidekick.
Oof, that's tough.
Most
That is a
underrated
tough one.
sidekick.
That is
So
a
a
tough
really
one.
good sidekick that no one really mentions anytime.
Or just, just doesn't get the limelight or the respect that they deserve. That's a tough
That is
one.
a tough one.
That's an extremely tough one.
I don't know that I have anything.
Yeah, another hard question would be name a sidekick.
Right?
Yeah. Well, actually, a couple are coming to mind, but I'm trying to figure
Underrated,
one that's
though?
underrated. Exactly.
Like I think of my first initial gut reaction is Luigi.
Of
now,
course, he's
Luigi. But here's the thing: Luigi, is he a sidekick? Because he's
See,
kind of a main character.
But that's
as
why
well.
You just took that right out of my head. I'm like, is he a sidekick?
I don't know that he's a sidekick, but
Well,
like,
he is.
but he is. So
100%
okay, so
he is. You just hit
recently,
start
I
with
said.
Mario.
Recently, I saw a comic where it was like Mario and Luigi's mom, who was like singing the praises of Mario, who's singing the praises of Mario, and then he says, "What did she say to
The comic
Luigi?"
strip goes as such, so that they walk up to their mom and the mother says like, "Oh, welcome home. It's the Mario brothers." And Luigi turns and says like, "Hey, Mama, why you always call us the Mario brothers?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, Green Mario."
Sorry,
So-
Mario.
In terms of that, he's a sidekick, right? But is he underrated? Like, would you consider
He's
him
not underrated.
underrated?
He's one of the most famous sidekicks of all time. He's like Robin to Batman. Like, people know. Like, I think an underrated sidekick
Yeah.
would be like, you don't even really know. Like, you're just setting the stage for the real star.
So I'm gonna name a couple of sidekicks that come to mind,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
you tell me underrated, not underrated. And one goes back to the PS1 days, which just got re-released as a remaster on the PS4, and that is Crash Bandicoot. He has Ooga Booga.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Remember the little mask that follows him around?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And takes a life in case you get hit. You can get like double Ooga Booga or something like that.
Yeah.
So it was good. It was like an extra free man or something like that, but
Yeah.
you never really got... I don't know if you could call him a sidekick, though.
Well,
'Cause
he's
there's,
a
like-
secondary character, and that kind
But
of
you don't
falls
play
close.
him,
Yeah.
or, you
I think
know?
you have to be able to play him.
Well, so I'm going to bring up another one.
Yeah, I got one after.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ratchet and Clank.
So Ratchet's the star. His name comes first.
Yeah.
Clank is just his
Clank's
little
the
robot buddy.
But is he a sidekick? See what
Or
I'm
is he
saying?
main central like?
Yeah, I guess the question we should pose to you is what defines a sidekick?
What
Am
were you
I
gonna
the
say?
sidekick in this group? Are we both sidekicks for Aggro? She's in the middle. I mean, that
She's
says
the
something.
The main character.
So-
Aggro and company.
And company.
Aggro and Co. Yeah.
What were you going to say?
So I was gonna say, so I recently picked up an SNES Classic,
Oh, nice.
and Aggro and I were playing the other day, and we were playing Donkey Kong Country. And I want to specifically say the title of the game because it is Donkey Kong Country. But, very underrated, Diddy Kong does a lot of the heavy lifting in that game.
Oh.
He's actually more agile, or seemingly, than Donkey
I'm just
Kong.
better at it than you are.
Well, I'm just trying to give credit where credit's due. Diddy Kong, most underrated sidekick. Only because I couldn't think of anything else.
That was kind of where my mind went too, but I don't know that he's a sidekick. Like, when you're playing the game, it's literally 50-50.
If
you're
your
playing
name's
that game
not in the
to-
title, you're a sidekick.
There's another
like
one.
it's the Mario
I
Brothers. Like,
Yeah,
come on,
well,
he's a
and that's the
sidekick.
thing, is Luigi a sidekick? When it's Mario, the Mario, Super Mario
if it was
World.
the Luigi Brothers, then Mario would be the sidekick.
Mario would be the sidekick.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
I guess it also depends, is he a sidekick in, maybe we're going to get a little bit philosophical about this, but Luigi, is he a sidekick? He's got his own games. He's got starring roles in most of these games. Is he a sidekick?
He does have his own game.
See,
Luigi's
but that's
Haunted
what-
Mansion.
Luigi's Mansion.
See, but that's why I was, when you said Luigi or whoever it was that said Luigi, I was thinking, but is he a sidekick?
Yeah.
Because you've got Luigi's Mansion. You got
Yeah. But
Does Diddy
that's
Kong have any of his own games?
Diddy Kong Racing. Yeah, there was
So
a,
is
he a
there was like a
sidekick?
cart.
So-
yeah. Damn it.
There's also
This has got to be the most conflicting
Jack
topic
and
we've
Daxter?
ever had. Yeah.
Jack and Daxter. So Jack's the main guy, I think. I never really played any of the games. And I would imagine Daxter's the sidekick.
Yeah. That's fair. Or even games, to be honest, I loved, at the time, I don't know that they aged very well, but the Fable games. And in the Fable games, you have a dog companion
Yes.
that follows you around. It'll sniff out loot, like it'll fight in the battles with you, but you can't control it and no one can. So maybe that's the
So
most underrated sidekick.
this is interesting because we haven't picked out our own. We're just like throwing a whole bunch that are coming to mind.
Whether
Yeah.
they're
And I just thought of
or not.
Halo, Master Chief, and Cortana.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. That's true. Cortana's a non-playable character that really does set him up to
Yeah.
be a badass.
So
Like,
maybe that's our defining feature, is that it's a playable character versus not playable character.
yeah, but someone that like has enough of
So-
a connection to the story that they set up scenes.
Well, okay, so
Yeah.
you have Navi in Ocarina of Time.
Oh yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, listen.
Listen.
Right. So is she a sidekick? She
She's
is
the
the
most
bane of my
annoying
existence.
sidekick.
But is she not useful? Is
Yeah.
she not helpful along your quest the first time around? Maybe not so much the
think, yeah.
later on a little bit, but
I don't see why
Yeah.
not. I don't see why not. It
There
makes
she
sense.
goes. Hey.
Hey,
listen. Oh
Listen.
God. But then you have, what's his name, Tingle?
Tingle. Yeah, I forget
Tingle?
Tingle. No.
Who's Tingle?
Also in
Tingle's
Ocarina of
like
Time. He's
probably my
made
least
a few
favorite
Link appearances.
or Zelda character.
I don't know.
He's
I need to
literally like a
cosplay
little
as Tingle.
elf wearing like a pajama onesie. Like
He's wearing a tank top up to here,
Oh,
like
it
a
is a
belly.
tank
Yeah,
top.
he's wearing a top up to this with his belly hanging out,
oh, man.
and like tights, and it's just a sexy thing.
His name is Tingle.
His name is Tingle.
He's named after the feeling he's trying to inspire.
Ugh, gross.
Oh my goodness.
Do you have
Gross,
any other
gross, gross.
sidekicks? I think that's it.
What do you guys think about sidekicks? This was a hard one for us. Let us know in the comments what you think about sidekicks. What is a sidekick? What isn't a sidekick? Who's your favorite sidekick? Because I think we're a little.
Specifically on games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you guys
Yeah.
comment your most underrated sidekick or even favorites, I think at this point, if you could even name a sidekick, that'd be really
That'd be
helpful
pretty
for us.
cool, yeah.
And we can gauge who's got the best comments
Yeah.
in an upcoming video.
Yep. Let's move on because that was a weird one.
Yeah. Now, to be honest, I have no confidence in the topic.
Yeah, I
Will.
don't. Guys, we need some more topics.
Okay. I'm up.
Throw topics in the comments
Yeah.
when you're watching this. Throw
Yeah,
stuff in
save
there that
us
we can talk
from-
about. If you
Remember-
have some,
Sidekick chat.
if
Do
you
you
have
not
something that-
remember last episode? What are playing now? Save us.
yeah, there you go.
Use proper English.
What does it say? What does it say?
Okay, so here's a question with a qualifier. So a little spin.
She's.
You want to read it out?
No, go ahead.
Best series, and the qualifier is 3 or more games. So that shouldn't actually be that hard.
Oh, I know
because
it.
It's
It's
not.
like
If you want me to go first, I'll go
Go
first.
ahead, please.
more.
You're,
Yeah,
you're, like,
you're
ready
so
to go. Go
excited.
ahead.
We gotta channel that excitement.
Uncharted.
Uncharted 1, Uncharted 2, Uncharted 3.
That's
The
series.
series,
Yeah.
right? So there's 4 of them, and recently they just released Uncharted: The Lost Legacy, which I played as well, and it's amazing. I've streamed all of them. It's actually, believe it or not, 1, 2, and 3. So Uncharted, forget about it.
Drake's
I don't know.
Fortune.
Drake's Fortune. Is it Drake's Fortune?
I don't know. I know it's one of them.
I can't remember the exact names, but 1, 2, and 3, I played them second time over when they re-released the remastered versions for the PS4.
I still have yet to.
And I've streamed them, and they are all fantastic games. They are some of my favorite games in the sense that when I play a game, I look for puzzles and I look for story. Story's my biggest thing.
This dude loves story.
Story is
Story
everything.
man.
I'm gonna make a button. SIE. Story is everything.
C.
It's C. C. So yeah, I would go with Uncharted. Sure, there are situations in it that are realistic, but then they're all video games, right? But at the same time, it gives you that feeling back in the day, like the old Tomb Raider games / Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Right. So if you are an Indiana Jones fan, love the archaeologist type. The scene where he does the gold thing, the gold statue, and then that big boulder comes down. You get a whole bunch of different puzzle-like elements in the whole series when you're out adventuring, trying to discover and figure out ancient treasures.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
All right, so you're talking to two people that haven't played the game.
Yeah, I haven't played
What
it.
are the deaths like in that game? Are
The
they
deaths?
pretty brutal? Because I remember playing the last Tomb Raider, and some of those death sequences, when you screwed up, were insanely graphic.
Yes.
Like
So
falling down the stream, and you get impaled
Yeah, I
through
saw
the
that.
neck.
Yeah.
So I don't think that they're super gruesome. You can die simply by falling off a ledge, or you get little sequences where you're swinging and you have to jump and get on, and you miss and you fall. What I do like is the fact that whoever is accompanying you, that person that's with you, whether it's Elaine or Sully or your brother, I can't remember his brother's name now. When you die, all you hear is them in the background go, "Nate, no, no!" So it's like,
It reminds me of Metal Gear. It's like,
yes, Snake. So it's so cool. They're
He
not
doesn't know this one.
really, really bad, bloody, or really
Okay.
gruesome. You'll die getting shot to death, but your screen goes black and white, and you get red edges, and that's it. You're dead.
Gotcha. Okay. So it's not about that.
No, it's about just like killing everyone else. I'm kidding.
Fair enough.
There are some people online who talk about how he is a mass murderer because in a game he kills like everyone he comes across.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
you have the option to sometimes take him down silently, which is pretty cool.
Which you never use because you're too busy shooting them all.
I try. I usually if I get into like a compound or something,
Yeah.
I try and do it silent, and then it ends up going into a firefight. It's just
Yeah. I think the only game that I ever actually tried to play as like don't kill anyone was Dishonored 1 and Dishonored 2. That's the only game where it's actually feasible to not kill someone the whole way through the game.
cool. Okay, I'm
Side
done.
note.
Next,
Yep.
whoever can.
What do you got? Best series, 3 or more. I already know what she's gonna say, but I'm gonna.
Well,
let her
here's the
say it.
thing. Okay,
She's
here's
gonna
the
put a
thing.
spin on it.
Because I was sitting here. Okay, when you first read the question out, my immediate thought, and I think it's obvious to anybody who knows me, and to our viewers now, is Legend of Zelda. That's exactly it. On the other hand, I think Legend of Zelda is my favorite series for one reason,
Ooh.
and then,
Here comes the turn.
but I don't think this comes as a surprise either. Is Warcraft?
Oh.
Is that not one game? It has,
It's not.
I'll allow it. Yeah, it has some
you
very.
have essentially 4 games, right? Although depending on who's counting, it could be 3. But
Keep talking. Keep talking.
there are 4 games in the series. It has such an
There you go.
There you
Yeah. Yeah.
well, these are expansions, but
Yeah.
part of the
Oh,
same
okay,
game.
I
So
see.
we
Okay.
have.
Do
Okay,
it
hang
in
on
order.
one second.
do
One
it in
second.
order.
There's the others.
This one.
Oh, I love this. Okay,
Yeah, no, this is
so
good.
it all started with
This
Warcraft. Well, we have Warcraft 3. Hang on. Let's bring it back. So we have Warcraft 3. There wasn't 1 and 2. I never played.
Yeah.
But we have Warcraft 3, and there was 2 expansions, I believe. Is there not? Reign of Chaos and Frozen Throne. And then the original one, right?
Yeah, I didn't have the original. I had this
That's
one.
fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. And then I'm just gonna put those down here. And then we had World of Warcraft that was released in 2005, 4.
Pretty positive. It's
Yeah, I think you're right. 2004. I started right after Burning Crusade came out, so it was 2005, 2006. Anyway, so we have our first expansion. Oh, sorry, this is our first game, World of Warcraft. Excellent.
I loved it.
It was so good. Actually, no, I didn't. I ended up playing on a private server.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, nobody heard me say that.
No.
Loved it, but I started playing with Burning Crusade. Black Temple came out. That's when I played. After Black Temple, we had Wrath of the Lich King.
Yeah.
Excellent expansion.
And they
Um,
raised the graphics on that one too.
They did. The next one after that, Cataclysm. I was at
and
BlizzCon.
I don't
and-
have that because I did it as a digital download.
Oh,
That's
okay, I
why.
get you.
Okay.
I was there for the Cataclysm announcement at BlizzCon.
Were you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
How was that?
Cataclysm! It was excellent. It was so good. And then after Cataclysm, we had Mists of Pandaria.
Yes.
And then after
Yeah,
Mists,
awesome.
we had Warlords of Draenor, but we try to forget about
Yeah,
that one.
Quad.
And then, of course, we have Legion.
Legion.
Which is
So-
what we managed to get Kirrok
back into. Yeah.
That
And
was actually
I'm
my-
still paying and still I can play.
And that's when we got
That was
Macleaniac
my
into
first
as well.
foray in, so I jumped
Yeah.
in super late, but I knew that I was jumping into something that had a legacy, so when I had time to myself, I would actually run old dungeons just to see what it was like.
Yeah. So, on the other hand, like I think my all-time favorite, yes, Legend of Zelda. It has so much lore, and so like the world is so great, and the different timelines, and the characters, and the worlds, and it's beautiful and it's great. For the amount of time and the amount of energy that I put into Warcraft, they're both up there for me for best series.
Cool.
Yeah,
Awesome.
that's what I got.
That's what I got.
That's what I got. Take it or leave it.
Come on,
So I'm
Macleaniac.
stuck, man. I'm stuck. Best series. There's so many. Okay.
Is there a character you don't want to see die? Because I don't want to see Nathan Drake die.
Nathan
Many
Drake.
were saying he was going to die in the 4.
Well, and that would be one way to just seal the deal. There's never any more Uncharted games.
Yeah.
Well, there could be, but they'd have to spin another character. Maybe that's the safest way to do it, because then you don't taint the legacy, right? Like,
But
the
what do
Nathan
you
Drake
have
thing is.
that is something like that? Like, that's what I'm asking, right?
You know what? I'm gonna go out on a limb here, and I want to say that this is not even one of my favorite games,
Okay.
but I still think it's one of the best series ever made, based on where it started and where it is today, and that is Grand Theft Auto. And I know that I've quoted Grand Theft Auto before, but Grand Theft Auto started as a top-down, pixelated
Yes.
Yeah.
arcade.
I played it.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it was fun even in that version of itself, because it was kind of like this like super surreal world where you could drive on the sidewalk and run people over, and it was funny because it was cartoony graphics and it was just a bunch of splats, and you would laugh even though it's violent. It had this weird way of being tongue-in-cheek and kind of violent and disturbed at the same time. But then as it grew up, it really became a big deal, especially with Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
Yeah.
San Andreas was huge.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe the scope of the game. The graphics of the game were amazing. It really it was one of the first great sandbox games
Mhm.
where
Yeah.
it wasn't about just follow this path. It was like go anywhere, do anything, earn money and spend money in the world. It had this sense of economy. Like, not that WoW hadn't done that, but I think
It was
in
in a
that
different
style
way.
of game was
Yeah.
interesting. And even with the last one, people are still playing it a ton online.
5?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
got incredible physics. It's got great graphics. It really grew from this immature, fun thing into something that's a little bit more cultured, a little bit more mature, but still retains that tongue-in-cheek. It's very self-aware,
Yeah.
and like the writing on it is really good. So kudos to Rockstar. Grand Theft Auto, best
Grand Theft
series.
Auto. They allow mods for it too, right? So
Tons
there's,
on PC. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And the videos that people have captured and like posted on Reddit of some of the stuff they've done with some of the mods is just hilarious. It takes a game that's already kind of ridiculous and just amps it
Yeah.
up to
More
11.
to it.
Yeah,
I
drive
remember-
cars that drive as fast as you could even.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
somebody having like I can't remember if it was phones that are grenades and you throw them, or was it?
It was the Samsung Galaxy.
Oh yeah, because they were blowing
riffing
up.
on it.
Right.
So you had it in the game, and you could
And you just
chuck
throw it and
and
it would blow up.
Yeah, they like replaced all the grenades in the game with
Notes.
Samsung Galaxy.
Notes.
Was it Notes?
Notes.
Is it Note
Note
7?
7.
Yeah,
Note 7.
the
Note
one
7.
that
Yeah,
got
yeah,
recalled.
yeah.
The one that famously
That blows
blew all the
up.
time.
Yeah, that you weren't allowed on airplanes because it blew up airplanes.
Yeah.
Also, it should be noted that as Grand Theft Auto got a bit older, it got a little bit more serious. Like, it wasn't quite so wacky. Like, it was really rooted in, like, we're trying to tell a story where you are this gangster coming up in this environment. It's not like, jump off the rooftop. There's still a lot of that, but a game that retained that sense of silliness and just all bets are off while Grand Theft Auto got more serious was the Saints Row series.
Oh, I know the one you're talking
It's a total ripoff of Grand Theft Auto. It's very similar premises, like sandbox themes, grab any car and drive around and commit crimes and whatnot. But they just don't care. They'll just add in all the stupidest stuff. You run as fast as you could ever imagine. Jump over. It's kind of like Grand Theft Auto with the mods. Saints Row is right out the gate. Like, they just don't even try to make sense. Like, it's a flight of fancy. Sorry, that's my side. Grand Theft Auto.
Grand
That's
Theft
yours
Auto,
up.
guys.
Cool. That was excellent. That was actually really
It's
good.
pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
The more of this Maker's Mark you give me, the more I got to say.
I will give you more.
Okay.
Do you want one now?
No, I'm good. Let's tie up the episode first. So where are we right now?
So we are.
We're driving on a
Thanks.
racetrack.
Wow, that's super fast! Oh my god! Big turn!
That's a
Which
good
way did you
attempt.
turn? Because I didn't turn anywhere.
I know, yeah. I feel
Yeah.
like you're the one driving it. We're just wiling out.
When you said where are we right now, I was like, episode 4? I
Yeah.
don't know.
Basement? Yes.
We are now in the CN Tower,
Oh yeah.
looking
in
at
the
the
CN
view
Tower.
of the city,
It's beautiful. Look at that.
Wow.
but none of
I
that
think I live right over
glass
there.
floors.
Yeah,
No,
I can
no,
see- I can see my house.
You gotta try it. You gotta try it.
Luckily, you can't. There is no floor in this environment.
There is no.
Seriously though, I want to know: are we your sidekicks?
Because. Wow.
Listen, it's just you. Look, you have
No.
Okay.
No. Wait. We're supposed to say listen.
Listen.
So here's the thing: Mario, Luigi, Waluigi.
Waluigi?
Yeah, man.
Why is Kirrok Waluigi?
I don't
Because
even know who
said it
Waluigi
first.
is.
That's how shout it.
But here's the thing. Hold
I
on,
don't
hold on,
because I
hold
don't
on.
play Mario games.
Waluigi does have his own games as well.
Does he?
He's
Yeah.
Are you talking about
I think he's-
Wario? Wario?
No.
No,
Waluigi.
Waluigi is like the
That
Luigi
is-
version of Wario.
Yeah.
Like there's
Oh.
Yeah, because you have Mario
He's
and
like
then you
the
have
ultimate
Wario.
villain. Like he's sniveling with his mustache.
Oh, okay,
like-
that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure Waluigi had his own game.
I don't know. Wario did. I don't
I'm
know
pretty
about-
sure Waluigi did as well. Somebody look it
We're
up.
turning
please.
to you. You're
Yes.
the only one that can sort this argument out. We're just gonna stay here and fight, even off camera, until someone comments.
And since I don't even know who Waluigi is, you could just berate me
Yeah,
on
do
the
it
comments
to mediate this argument, but also to inform. this
and
guy.
just inform. They're gonna be like, I can't believe you don't know why.
Yeah. Are you
So
kidding me?
What do you guys think? Are these guys my sidekicks, or are we in this all equally together? Are we just co-stars of our program, or how does it look? What does it look like?
I mean, you are in the middle. I think next time I should sit in the middle.
No, I don't think that's a good idea.
No.
Yeah. He doesn't want to be anywhere
I'm
near
comfortable here. I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
him. I'm a sidekick.
All
Well,
right.
I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world.
I'm alright with it.
Okay.
He's like, can we? All right, tie it up, boys.
Are we? We're gonna go. We're gonna go.
That's it.
Okay.
That's it. We're
All right.
good.
Tune in next time where we cover more topics from the topic bowl, unless you comment down
provide
below.
some.
Right, we're happy to answer your questions as well.
Can I say one thing?
You may
Smash that like button.
smash that like button. Smash that like
It's
button.
right there. A
Yeah.
big like button.
Yeah.
Wait, where is
I
it?
wish I
Like
could
this way
got it.
Where is
It's
it?
Right.
It's right up.
Is it here? Where is it?
Here. There. This is perfect.
Get out of here.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Back in my day, we used to record on tape. We call them VHS.
VHS.
We still don't know what that means.
Do you know what VHS means?
Very high.
You're very high. Come on.
Very.
Cellophane.
Yes. Yeah,
Oh, that's a
with
C
an
word.
accent.
What
Yeah.
does
Damn it.
VHS stand for?
How much you gonna look it up?
All right. First trivia of the day. VHS. Video Home Services.
Oh, why'd you be that? I gotta start the timer.
I'm calling it.
VHS. But you're already recording, are you not?
Yeah, I am recording, but I haven't started the timer technically.
Oh, I can do it. No. Let her do this
VHS.
first. Let's find
This is
these.
more video home system.
That was
Close.
close.
What did you say?
That's service. Yeah.
Video home
service.
system.
Video home system.
God, the easy answers.
It's so literal.